Hey everybody, I thought since I had such technical difficulty on the webinar with Amanda, I would do a quick video to tell you about how I do online sales. I talked a little bit about this in the webinar, but I have no idea who actually heard me or what was said. So I'm just going to start from the beginning and kind of just talk about it. So I have an online sale in my group every single week. I do really well online, and I don't know, I credit this to having a large group of online friends from a message board when I was pregnant with my son. I also credit this to hosting a lot of online parties in the beginning. I don't do it so much now, but I do it every once in a while, and that added members to my group. And I always share my group link with the in-person pop-ups that I do. So traditionally, I have an online sale in my group every Sunday night. A few days before the event, I send out an invite because sometimes I don't always do it on Sunday. Like this month and last month, UPS has been all crazy, and I'm not getting my shipments when I think I am. So I've sometimes had them on Mondays, and I had one this week on Friday because I got new leggings. So I typically send them an invite so that they know when it is. I can post all the event details there, and I can see who's coming. So I set up an event, do the time, the place, the details, and I invite 500 people. I have about 1,800 people in my group right now. My husband is a really big part of my business. He goes in and invites 500 more people, and I have a second account that I invite 500 more. And I typically leave off consultants, people who I know don't look in my group or don't shop from me, and things like that. I always try to make sure my VIPs are invited so they know what's going on. One of the things I do for my online sales so that I avoid Facebook jail is I stagger the times that I upload. Traditionally I upload dresses at 5 o'clock, which means at 5 o'clock I start uploading Amelia, Julia, and Nicole. At 6 o'clock I upload all my skirts. 7 o'clock I upload my tops, and at 8 o'clock I upload all the leggings, and the kids go in whatever category it is. What else? So I always upload to the group albums in my shopping group. This is easier for me. It's more organized. It makes it easier for basically just in every aspect.
Mommy,
Yes? 1 second.
can you do the fun thing?
Yeah, when Daddy finishes watering the plants, we'll talk about it, okay? So I always upload in the group albums. I have an iMac and an iPhoto. I have all of my photos of my clothes. I traditionally take photos on my digital SLR camera, and then I do leggings pictures on my phone because that's just easier. And then I organize them in albums. I have the description of the style first, and then I have the size, and then if it's an Amelia's, I have the description of the Amelia, extra small, then all the extra small Amelias and individual pictures. And then I do another size sign, and so forth for each of those. And I have... Can you go play for a second, please? Then please stop, okay? I have a pinned post in my group that explains all of the rules for shopping, and it's very detailed. I've compiled it from other consultants that I've seen over time, and then I add things that are more applicable to my group. So I say, you need to comment sold, you need to fill out my Google Doc, these are the washing instructions, this is my return policy, just all of those things. And they also know that, I don't have a duplicate of an item unless there's another picture of it. And then in the comments, I link the sizing chart and all my sizing recommendations. And I also link the Google Doc. I need you to leave. And that's in my pin post. I also copy that to the event every single time because I have new shoppers who haven't shopped with me before and they want to know what's going on. Also in the event itself, I link to each of the individual albums. I'll do a post that says, all right, here are the dress albums, and I'll click Amelia with the link to that one, and Julia to the link to that one, and Nicole to the link to that one. That allows people who are new to shop easily, and so so I can stay organized. I typically run my sale until either 10 o'clock the next morning or 1 o'clock, which is my daughter's nap time, the next day, just kind of depending upon what's going on. Most of my shoppers shop the evening of my sale, but sometimes I have people who shop the next morning, and I really try to be flexible with everybody in my group. If I end the sale at 10 and you want something at 11, it's not a problem. Go ahead, go shop. It's not bothering me any. So what happens is we don't invoice until the sale ends. And I talk about we, this is me and my husband, we run all of our sales together because we're typically doing a lot of sales. It's like 100 pieces, my typical online sale. So it's really too much for us to invoice immediately. So we do it when the sale ends and kind of on whatever schedule we have going on. But we do promise that invoices will be out by midnight of the day the sale ends. So if the sale ends at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Monday, then your invoice is going to be in your mailbox by midnight. So this is kind of where my part of the sale ends and my husband takes over. So I'll back up. I do one more thing. I upload a picture in each of my albums that says sale pending. I put it at the end of my album and I move all the photos of things that have sold over to that side. I saw another consultant do this, and it's been a huge lifesaver in pulling and invoicing and all of those things. So when someone says sold, I move that picture to behind the sales pending column. So I don't have to continually look through all of the photos to find the ones that have sold. And also, the reason why I do this is because I do not keep my inventory at my house. We have a storage unit which is like 5 minutes up the road because I live in a teeny tiny house. I live in a 900 square foot, 2-bedroom, 2-bath house with 2 adults and 2 kids and a dog and a cat. And I have over 800 pieces of inventory at any given time. So my husband takes over now. He has an Excel spreadsheet. Hey, listen. I have to finish my video, okay? He has an Excel spreadsheet he uses that has someone's name, their email address, and then each individual item. I'm trying to do a recording.
Oh, sorry.
It's my life. And then he goes through and makes a list to invoice. This is my daughter, Phoenix. So once he has the list, he starts at the beginning and logs into Audrey and starts invoicing everybody. Before he invoices, he checks our Google Doc. This is where everyone checks out, and I do have them put their items. I do have them say to me if they want to ship it or pick it up. I have a section for notes, say someone has a credit, or I said they get it free shipping, or it's a gift certificate, or there's something special going on with their order I need to know about. They put it in the notes. What else? Oh, I also on my Google Doc, I have a place where it says, do you want to host a party? And this has been great for getting some of my locals to have a party, and for some of my if I see one of my online people who is a really good shopper, or I know that they're going to have a really good online sale, I message them and set something up with them to have a future hosted sale. And that's how I've gotten a lot of members in my group, doing hosted sales, sharing with my in-person pop-ups, and then just my friends wanting to add their friends. And they know I have an awesome inventory, and I try to be an awesome seller. So I feel really lucky and very blessed that I have such a great online following. So after he invoices, we go and pull all the orders. My husband goes to the storage unit and checks off, everything that is sold. He brings it all back to the house, and then we have bins where we set up. They're just bins from the dollar store. I think we have 50, but we really need to get some more. So every person has a bin. So I'll go through the leggings and write down, the person's name on a Post-it, put it on the bin, and put all their stuff in there. And then we go through and put it in plastic envelopes, and then we decide what kind of shipping envelope we're going to use. I use small flat rate envelopes, those are the 505s, or I use the padded flat rate envelope, which is 570. Or if someone, or if somebody has a really big order, I put it in an 1130 box, and I charge pretty much flat rate $5.75 for shipping. And if you've spent enough to go into a box, dude, I'm happy to spend that $5 for you. And then everyone knows that they have 24 hours to pay in my sale. And what happens if after 24 hours they haven't paid? I try to be really flexible with people, and this is much to, it's good and it's bad. But now I've gotten to the point where if it's been like 24 to 36 hours after my sale and you haven't paid, I go through and make a really nice post in my group, just like, hey guys, I really want to finish up the sale. I can't wait for you to get your stuff. I still have all these unpaid invoices, so if I tag you here, can you please pay your invoice or let me know what's going on? And I try to be really nice about it, because if someone is going to back out of their sale, I would much rather have them tell me than for me to like continuously contact them. So I make this post and then I tag everybody who hasn't paid. And this has proven extremely effective about getting people to pay. They see the tag, then they're like, oh, I need to check my email. Or sometimes I have people who really didn't get their invoice, and I go and see that my husband put in, instead of yahoo.com, tahoo.com, or silly things like that, and I'm able to send them a new invoice. And then what we do is, after we've gotten the majority of payments, my husband goes on to USPS. He enters in all of our new customers' addresses into our address book, and then we go through and make labels in batches, depending upon what they are. And I typically don't post my letter carrier or pick up my packages because I just have issues with him. So we drive it up to the post office and set it on the counter or put it in the parcel box, depending on what time it is. I ship everything priority. Insurance, because I have had a couple packages absolutely destroyed in the mail, and they've sent me pictures, and it's saran wrapped together and things like that. And the only complaint I've ever had with someone about shipping was from another consultant. So most people do not mind paying $5.75 for shipping, even if they're buying one pair of leggings. I very rarely have comments or complaints about much at all. What else? So I take my pictures individually. That's another thing that I do. We're all here now. I'm very, very easygoing with returns. If something doesn't, I tell people all the time, if it doesn't fit you, if it's not what you want, please message me, because I want you to have clothes that you love. I say to them, hey, contact me within 3 days. But I really will take anything back as long as it's unworn with tags at any point in time. I've actually had I've actually taken stuff back from other consultants over my online sales, and one of them turned into be the biggest online party I've ever had. I had like 500 people added to my group. I had like 200 sales. This girl was so happy with me. This is what it turned out for me. So I always encourage everybody on my team to take things back, be generous. But again, I rarely have returns. Like maybe out of every 100 items, I have 1 or 2. So I don't mind doing all of that. So my formula for online sales has changed over time. Every time I learn something new, I change it to think, oh, is this going to work better for us? How can I make this more streamlined so it's not taking over my life? Because online sales are awesome, but they are incredibly time consuming. So this is what we're currently doing right now. Oh, you have lipstick. But as I learn new things from other consultants, it's I change and I adapt. And
Mommy.
Yes?
Why do you like this? Then I go there to there.
I don't know. So if you have any questions, please, I'm going to post this on Facebook, so please tag me, comment, send me a message. You're free to join my group as long as you behave. And most everybody does, so I'm not really worried about that. But again, I'm sorry about all of my technical difficulty on the webinar, and hopefully you guys can see this and it can all be great. All right, bye.